Good evening, everybody. My name is Alex Surette. I am a graduate student in the Mild and Moderate Support Needs program at California State University, Sacramento. Tonight, we are going to talk about anti-racism in special education. Let's start with my vision. The purpose of this paper is that I propose that we begin instructing students at all grade levels as they advance through school on these anti-racism behaviors. We want our students to have an anti-racism mindset planted early in their schooling, using materials that embrace diversity and encouraging pupils to explore. Now, what is typically understood as a cultural difference? Cultural differences are typically seen as the many principles and characteristics which appear among people within various ethnic histories. Bigotry is a real problem in education. Bigotry, regardless of which kind, whether communal, organizational, or foundational, gets considered detrimental to instruction. These acts impact pupils, encourage falsehoods, take away chances, and blemish instructional environments, and educators mitigate bigotry during instruction of its converse and prejudiced behavior. The affordance of having an anti-racist classroom. When educators are phasing in a bias-free mentality for instructing and gaining knowledge, it gets noticed as an option for describing establishment and logical struggles that threaten pupils' achievement. And now, when using diverse curriculum to support anti-racism in the special education classroom. The critical definition are, this is a guideline for being directly recognizing and being against xenophobia. An objective of being pro-assimilation is about battling to mitigate discrimination and impacting guidelines, conduct, and principles that influence the misconduct. When instructing within a diverse environment, Sellers mentioned that multiple ideologues express concern regarding how education specialists may organize material within their diverse instructional environments. Sellers wrote that the proposals have been present for a long time, as Richards recognized 3 decades ago that instruction using ethnic inclusiveness should be recognized as neighborhood instruction, which mandates instruction that matches necessities and inclinations within neighborhoods, big and small. Awareness for social diversity. According to Sellers, an essential point to keep in mind is that every pupil arriving at school coming from below middle class may not depict personality traits mentioned in the reading. Sellers mentioned how important it was that teachers recognize the premier style for modifying disagreements within professional instructional surroundings, and if plans are not present for reaching benchmarks, educators cannot achieve enhanced scholarly performance from pupils among heritages an educator has never encountered. How can a teacher be successful with diverse students? Sellers mentioned that studies realize educators who thrived instructing those pupils were noted as being reasonable in many sections like curriculum, templates, outcomes, instructional atmospheres, using jokes with pupils, enjoying moments where pupils excelled, and being motivated to take initiative on little details that had big impacts on pupils. Taking initiative for disability and against racism. People must recognize and identify reactive and torpid intolerance and the anguish occurring due to our lack of awareness. Within the neighborhoods among people with health conditions, there must be conversations regarding and acquiring awareness regarding connectedness, where everyone gets impacted by several prejudices and barriers, which note everybody's specifications and encounters so that people can recognize challenges from discrimination encountered. Strategies for teaching with an anti-racist view. Most research depicts that U.S. residents possess category influence, repressed behaviors that generate a detrimental perspective of people from minority backgrounds. Rejecting ethnic categorization, which impacts heritage and instructional foundations, is an idea for mitigating bigotry. Pupils in every grade may acquire knowledge regarding mitigating biases and appreciate a curriculum that supports encouraging ceasing misconduct, templates, and exercises that escalate ethnic hindrances. Bias-free school personnel may feel supportive of minority educators, collaborating to design systems to unite school personnel among disempowered areas towards the middle ground. Bias-free school personnel may lobby in favor of minority pupils by lobbying for higher fiscal appropriations within areas lacking higher-level instructional opportunities and supporting minority pupils. My advocacy message for me is that an anti-racist curriculum should be taught to everyone, especially to students with disabilities, because they show empathy towards minority students. After all, they frequently encounter discrimination and want it mitigated. As an anti-racist paraprofessional and student teacher, it is my mission to instruct students with disabilities about these issues because previous students with disabilities encountered worse struggles. The link to my references is linked via a QR code as a Google document. I want to thank everybody for listening to my presentation.